That one's live. Oh, I need my thing here. So we're. Come on, guys. Oh, my angel feather. Hi, everybody. This is not live yet, but this is the one for YouTube and all that stuff. All right, let me get you over here. Get you that way. I swear. This struggle is so real. Doc, you're there. I need, Damn it. Why are you guys so quiet? Now I'm gonna go live. So y'all being quiet. Watch y'all being, look, we being quiet now. Come on.
I'm gonna see Josie in the mall and just yell it.
Yes.
She just start dying.
Hi, everyone. They're having flashbacks of last week's episode.
Yeah, they got deleted.
The rundown after hours had to be taken down for exclusive permits. But hold on, I'll be right. I want to get this. I don't know if I'm gonna have time. All right. Anyway, welcome to the rundown, you guys. Welcome. I'm Jess. Everybody.
AKA the original.
Dee. I'm Josie. Sheena, the lady behind the mess.
And here is the infamous Miss Elise, the one I've been bragging about like forever. Love you. She's here today to tell us and show us her beautiful Tibetan singing bowls. And she also does soul path readings.
Yep.
Which she was just giving me some extras of mine, putting me onto a couple of things that I got coming up. Super excited.
Nice.
So she's going to let us in on that. So I'm going to give you the platform.
Okay. So, basically, I'm a sound therapist. I brought up my little ones. I have a family of 17. And, so they are attuned to the planets and your body. So different parts of your body. So, if anybody's ever had energy work before, this is like on steroids. So
Seriously.
Yeah.
So like if you have a Reiki session, it's beautiful and it's gentle and it's loving, and this will kick your ass.
All the
Okay.
way.
So this, what it does is it tunes you up, like just like your piano, tunes you up, and it does it so fast that it's quirky. You may have side effects. Okay, so I've had people that I do groups and I do privates. So the privates, it's kind of like surgery. It's like spiritual surgery. You're on the table. Some of the bowls go on you. They're all around you, and you really don't know what's going on. A lot of people just leave. They go to the cosmos. And they're a little groggy when I take them back. And then the next day they might get emotional, or they might get angry, or they might just be hungry, or I have people that have slept like 12 hours because their body needed it.
Sound like the weed.
I get high.
I'm telling
So
you, it's
we
super strong.
We do psychic fairs once a month at Healing Whispers, the second Saturday of every month. And there was 1 week that it's supposed to be a 4-hour deal. There was 1 week I had 5 hours. Remember, I had 5 hours back to back. I was dancing. It lifts me up.
Yeah,
It lifts me
yeah.
up, and I could do it all day. Where when I'm doing the readings, I can't do that all day because I'm really connected in your energy, and so there's only so much I can do of that. But what I do is I do a combo too. So I'll do a combo soul path reading with a healing because these things started speaking to me like beings, and that's how I got into evolutionary astrology, and that is the path of the soul. It is the chart behind the chart, so it's the unconscious part of us and why we came in. I go into, your wounds, which you're here to heal, your gifts, and
Hold on, sorry. Listen, I try to ignore it the first 5 seconds of it. Anytime after 5 seconds, you're gonna get that look like if you don't turn that phone on right now. Listen, bring it all the way down, okay? Mute it. Tell her you hit him back afterwards. He's busy on the rundown. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But they need to hear this.
Yes.
Uninterrupted.
Being a healer, I look for the stuff that you came in to heal. Okay, and some of it's unconscious, some of it hits you, and a lot of times people have to sit with it for a while, and 2 months later revisit it. So when I do readings, I tell people to bring their phone and record it because it's a lot to take in. So I've been doing 1 hour combo sessions, reading and healing, but I'm finding it's not enough. Because you need really minimum 45 minutes the first time you do a reading, and you really need 45 minutes minimum the first time you do sound therapy. So I'm going to start a 90-minute session where it's half, reading, half healing combo, and whatever is missing from the chart, whatever element, whatever's missing, whatever planetary energy you need, we have the bowls.
Yeah.
So,
Cosmic boom.
Yeah. And I brought my smaller ones because, like some of them weigh 20 pounds, some of them are, 18 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
So when I bring the family, it's a couple of 100 pounds, and I have a cart, and it's just rough.
Yeah,
So
a lot.
I brought a few. So this one up here, I'm gonna demonstrate on everybody if you don't mind. This is a first aid bowl. So I use it for rashes. I use it for, I hurt my knee, and I had it on my knee on a daily basis, and I feel that helped. There's a lady that comes to one of my sound baths every time I play it. She has a dry eye for years. Every time I play it, she tears.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
I have people coming that have MS. I have people, all kinds of issues, back issues. I used to get a lot of cancer people. Depending on what type of cancer or what stage, I'm from Long Island, so I would bring them in the water. The water, it penetrates 40% deeper in the water. So if I feel somebody sick when they're coming in, I put water in the bowls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do
Yeah, and it has a different,
effect.
Vibration.
a deeper vibration. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're all vibration, and so it brings you back to original state, but very, very quickly. And it's like removing layers, and it's really life-changing. And I moved here a little less than a year ago. February 27th will be a year that I've been in East Greenbush, and up here I find I get the healers, and so it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Long Island, I started out, there was a hospital nearby, and they were sending people, and they were sending people, and they were sending people, and they were all coming out of either a psych ward or drug and alcohol rehab, and it was rough.
Yeah.
So screaming, throwing up, all kinds of crazy stuff. So
She was getting everything out of them.
yeah, and so I choose, I don't do emergencies. Call 911 if you have an
Yeah.
emergency. Do not
We are
call
not
me.
doctors.
Yeah.
Just healers.
Yeah, so, now I can choose to help those that want to help themselves, because it's really you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the conduit. It's really you. And I get to watch the results, and there's nothing better. Nobody has a better job than me. I love what I do. I love what I do.
Amen.
And so I started mid-November at Kripalu. I do readings there. And that's evolving. So everything I'm doing, I'm finding evolves So I'm just open to see what else I can learn, you know? And I find that when I have one person with something, I try to get feedback, because then I wind up with another person with that same thing, and they're teaching me.
Yeah.
They're teaching me. So it's really cool. You do learn protocol from your teacher, and there's a certain protocol, but you also learn as you go. And I've been doing this about 7 years now, and it's changed my life.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So this one, this is a circulatory bowl.
Do you want me to bring a chair in the middle so we can, like, if they want to sit in the middle, you can think, so that we have rooms that have.
I could just go around and
Do it right in front, but then
Yeah.
you're gonna not be facing the camera. You know what I mean? How about I just bring that one chair and then, because
okay,
so then that way
Okay.
instead of like this,
okay.
you know. All
Okay.
right. So if somebody wants to come up, you guys can take turns.
You want to see my first victim?
You will do you right.
Here's my
You on
first
the end, it just
victim.
makes sense.
Right.
I've gone to at least plenty of times.
Look, I just went and got a whole body today,
Right.
guys.
This
That's
is
why you
remi-
see this whole energy. Woo!
This is reminding me that I'm well.
How good
Don't
you
be
feeling.
moving now.
Look, that's how good you're gonna be feeling, honey.
Mhm.
Wait, is she? Are you guys? You're right in. Okay, perfect.
Must
Switch
have right
it around.
Close your eyes and relax.
Give me all of that.
You're
Right,
a
right.
hoe. She's a hoe.
I am OT, Mama. Remember that? I want it off.
And this is a little bit of hand reflexology. So tell me how this feels.
You want to come over to the Feel good.
And so you're not wearing any rings, which is good because the jewelry picks up the frequency, and it has its own frequency, and it's
Doesn't
not a
blend
good,
around.
yeah. And now I'll play Jupiter a little.
Ooh, Jupiter.
Jupiter, baby.
We love Jupiter.
You have something going on. You feel that?
I always got something going on.
I was so connected right now. I was doing my little spiral.
Wow. Jupiter's my favorite.
Take me to Jupiter.
I like
baby.
Saturn. And the circulatory bowl.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Well, okay, Alexa.
Song that never ends. Want to try it?
No,
No.
it's not. Alexa, you can't join this show. You have your own platform.
So you had something going on here. It's clear.
That's good.
You will feel. You will feel the outcome.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
bad.
clear.
You definitely will.
Thank
feel
you
the
for
outcome.
being my guinea pig.
Yeah, Jupiter had me like in the vortex, and that's how I get like when I'm about to connect or something. I felt spirit all over me, but I was like, ooh, I like this.
So when you rim them, it's a very gentle opening. And when you gong them, it's not.
It's hard.
It's you go wide open.
Yeah.
So this bowl. So I have a chakra set.
Behave, Doc. Sorry, it's mine. We're trying to have a decent show here. Okay, can we gong him?
Can we talk about how it's not me this time?
Okay, yes. Normally it is you.
It
Okay.
is.
So you were saying.
So I have a chakra set,
Yes.
and I have a trauma set, and this is part of the trauma set.
Okay.
So this is so they're for mental, spiritual, physical, and emotional trauma. And I play them last because you're wide open. By the time I play these, you're ready.
Yeah.
And so I start out with, so the thicker the bowl, the more powerful it is. These are my thinner bowls. I have a whole first aid kit. There's 4 of them. One is a meditation bowl. And the other 3 go around your head. And it's kind of like anesthesia. So it takes you deep. So I start with those. And then I use my chakra set. And at the end, I use the trauma bowls. And I do groups as well. And I usually do that in a similar way. But the bowls don't go on you. But what I do is I walk around the room and I go over you. So, and you get a nice, good healing because I play close to an hour
Yeah.
for the group.
My first, well, I had long story short, we met. It was amazing. Boom. Introduced me to Josie, and then said you were having your sound bath there. So I went for the group setting, which we lay down and she plays her bowls like she says. She goes over you, and I really didn't know what to expect because that was my first one like that. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, but literally by the time you were bringing us back, I was already starting to astral plane, and I was already getting out there. So I was like, oh, I don't even want to come back, y'all. Like, I'm there. Gotta reel me back. Come on back. And then I was just feeling all the vibrations when you were like, you know what I'm saying? Even though they weren't on me, but like, I think Neptune, you were doing something. Was it Neptune?
Nope.
What was it that, do you have a bowl named Neptune?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I don't know why that.
Chiron.
I go, who? It was something you were doing, and I forgot what you said. Something with me, I can't remember. But anyway, that was the group. So that was amazing because some people get scared, like if they feel like if there is a group setting, you're not going to get the same benefits as a one-on-one, but you will get benefits from it. You know what I'm saying?
And everybody helps each other.
Yes.
Everybody helps each other. So it who you're next to is no coincidence.
No, not at all.
It's usually a similar issue, and you're both helping each other.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's really
amazing.
cool, and it's like a community.
Yeah.
So we share after. Usually, what I do is I start sharing what I got. I start sharing feedback before I forget, and then I have angel cards, and we share that, and we share our experience, and it's wonderful. And it's not what happens during, it's the benefits that you get after.
Yeah.
So when you're getting a private session, it lasts up to a week. You need to drink plenty of water for a week because you're releasing toxins. And when you're getting a group session, it lasts up to 4 days. So you still need to drink water after those 4 days.
To flush it all out
yes,
your system.
Yes. So I have people that come all the time. I get to watch the change in them because they go from somebody that can't make a decision or they're so fearful to they just bloomed.
Yeah.
Just incredible. And I get to watch. So it's very, very cool.
It is super cool. It's super healing.
Yeah.
And then I had my one-on-one session with you. And that was my first one-on-one. I just had my second one-on-one today. But that blew me away because I'm like, all right, so I had an idea what was going to be happening, you know what I'm saying? Play the bowls, chill, relax, you know what I'm saying? Maybe astral plane again, cool. But this time, it was completely different. Like, I was nice and relaxed, you know, in the beginning of it. And then, like, towards the middle, I started connecting. And I wasn't sure who I was connecting to. But long story short, I was connecting to a family member of mine that I really didn't know personally. But he showed up. And didn't know I needed healing from that situation, but turned out I did, and I needed to pass that healing along to others, and which I did. I was a little scared of doing it, but I did, and that was amazing because, like, I never even thought that affected me, but apparently it did because
it's in your DNA.
I was gonna say,
that's
like,
what happens.
you dug in my brain or in my heart or like in my soul. That's what it felt like. Like you dug somewhere in my soul, and you said, "Yeah, you come here." And you pluck that shit out.
This looks important.
Yeah, and I'm like, where did that even come from? Like, I never in a million years even thought that even affected me in any kind of way.
Yep.
But apparently it did.
Unconsciously, it does.
Yeah.
And I have people that remember past lives on the table.
See, that's cool. I
And
would love
the
to do
cool thing is you don't have to relive the trauma to heal it. That's what's so cool about
that.
this.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about
Because I was just like, wow. And I'm like, farthest thing I've ever even thought of that would even affected me. And I'm like, but just the healing from me that, you know, and then me being able to pass that on to who needed that to hear that, you know what I'm saying, was pretty cool in an amazing kind of releasing way, you know what I'm saying? And so now me and my family member on the other side, we got a cool connect, you know, so we good over here. And then my one today, you like flipped me over, y'all. Listen, I didn't know what was going on. She started the regular way, right? And she placed the bowls, which I did. Oh, so show them the thingamajig. You have yours?
No.
Oh, you want mine? Want one of mine?
No.
Nope. Okay. But anyway, she has a basic, it's a pendulum, but it's like a special kind of pendulum.
Well, all my pendulums are special because they all have different jobs.
Yeah. So she goes around you and she checks your chakras, right? Is that what you're doing? And then, so that's what she does. She checks. She's like, oh, okay, here. And then she's like, here and here. So you hit me in a few different places. So that's where she was going to lay the bowls at. So that's what she did the first time around. So I'm like, okay, so boom. Then this time you put them on my hands. And I'm like, that's cool. Because I don't think you did that last time. I'm like, oh, wow. And when she tells you that, when she gongs them and you feel that bad boy, like you literally feel that vibration in your soul. Like, and I got a little painful over here, you know, which is normal because your body isn't taking all this.
Well, you're releasing blocks.
Yeah. So it's opening it up. That's why.
You have to breathe through it.
Oh.
Mhm. Healing's not fun sometimes.
No, that was a little painful down here in my sacral. That's where it's in my sacral.
That's the moon.
Yeah. Well, it was releasing whatever was in there. I felt a little sting there. Shut up. You know what? Stop. You guys. You didn't have to say anything. Look, it's like a chain reaction. He smirks and then it goes all the way down. You're not. Dulce's like, I'm being innocent today.
Like, rapt attention here.
So then, okay, so she put the bowls and he put in my hands, which was amazing to feel that. And then she was like, I'm gonna turn you around. And I'm like, okay, me personally, I cannot sleep on my belly for nothing. I haven't since I was first pregnant for my daughter. That was the end of sleeping on my belly ever. But I was like, all right, I didn't think I was gonna be really comfortable. But then I got there and I was already relaxed. And then she put the big bowl on my back and gonged it a few times. And I'm like, oh, I was feeling that all in my spine and everything. And then she put them on my feet. And I'm like, yes, because everybody knows, like, I just be going. So I'm like, hopefully this is going to, like, make my feet feel good.
It's foot reflexology.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. And then that's probably why I feel so light on my toes right now. You see, I'm just want to go to your bachata dance. And then you did this special thing
Keko.
to me. That was
So,
cool.
So I took Jikiden Reiki. Jikiden means traditional, and it is straight from Japan. So, so the line goes Yasui, then Hayashi, and then the third one here is Takata.
Mhm.
We don't have Takata in our line. She changed the whole, and so there is no Takata in our line. So we learned what Reiki really is, and at the end of a session, we do Keko, like what I did on you, and what that does is it takes the toxins, because the toxins, our bodies are very smart. It holds toxins, the back of the neck, in between the shoulder blades, behind the knee, the elbows, all those areas, and it holds it there because that's the easiest way for it to release. So what I do is I take those toxins and I put it into your lymphatic system. And so the lymphatic system filters them out. So this way you get less of a healing crisis, and it's a 5-minute procedure. That feels kind of nice. So we're taught, like, if you don't have time for a Reiki session, you just do Keko.
Yeah, which you're going to have to teach me that. Because that was amazing. She literally did something and, like, swiped it off. And then she's like, can I hit you? And I'm like, sure, knock me the hell out, do whatever you want to do. So she's doing like some karate chops or something. And I'm like,
You're drunk.
yeah. Oh my God. But that,
She liked it.
I liked it a lot.
Oh,
I was in a little bit of heaven right there. I'm telling you, I was on my belly letting her slap me up and down. She was just like, I'm like, oh, that's just so good. That teach me that, babe.
Yeah,
That
and
was super
also
relaxing.
a lot of people, what happens is they freeze. Like in the middle of the session, they're freezing, like really like ice.
Yeah.
And that is a really, really, really deep healing. And that is also the toxins going through the lymphatic system, and they're usually cold like that for the rest of the night.
Yeah. See, in the first one, in the sound bath, oh, actually, no, I got cold in each one. I really did. It's always in the beginning. I was getting, like, really cold. Yeah, because in the first one, I remember, I was like, ooh, it's freezing. I thought they put the AC on or something. That's how cold it was. That's in the sound, in the group
And it
one.
lowers your blood pressure, too. And
Yeah,
that's why you get
that was
too.
cold.
Yeah.
And then this time, I remember I was cold because I was happy you put the blanket on me. That's why I was like, oh, yeah. But, yeah, I did appreciate getting beat up by you today. So I thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
So tell people what else that it is that you do.
So I do soul path readings, and I made it up because that's kind of like what it is. And I've always done soul path readings, but I've never done them with evolutionary astrology. So now I'm using that because these guys taught me archetypes, and so that's what I do now. And I would like to, if you don't mind, read Dee Dee's chart.
Yeah. We get the quiet one. We get the quiet
Are
one.
you okay with that?
She gonna bring out some stuff on him. You gonna be all right with that?
Forever hold your peace.
She gotta get it all out. It's gonna be a mini one or whatever, not the full.
Yeah,
But
right.
you know. So yes.
I guess.
What's your date of birth?
8785.
So when she does these soul path readings, it's very important that you have the following.
8:30 p.m. You said?
820.
8:20 p.m. Where?
Where were you born?
Enterprise, Alabama.
What?
Enterprise, Alabama.
Enterprise.
So you got to make sure you have your birthday. The time that you was born is vital, super vital.
Yes.
And
Yeah, but I can
You can
ask
work around it?
Yep, I ask questions and I get it.
okay.
And location of birth.
And the location of birth.
So, is it in Chilton or Coffee County?
Coffee.
Coffee. Wasn't that in a movie? That movie with the tornado?
Twister.
Twister.
Twist?
No. Where
Dorothy? Kansas?
No.
Oz?
No. She had the Walmart baby. She had the baby in the
Sweet
Walmart.
Home, Alabama.
Yeah. Wasn't it Enterprise?
You got a baby in a bar?
You had a baby in Walmart.
In a Walmart?
You're a Pisces rising. You're a very gentle soul.
She is.
Very
Keep it up. I
gentle
love how
soul.
on point she is. Listen.
Very gentle soul. You're here, and you got Pluto in the 8th house. That's not gentle. You're powerful.
Same thing I got.
So Pluto in the 8th house. So Pluto represents the soul. Okay, and so you're here to learn. You're stepping into your power. And what you have to do is kind of like go back and forth. You're learning powerlessness and powerful. It's kind of like a back and forth thing until the older you get, the more you step into your power. Something happened in the home when you were younger. Yeah. That caused mental trauma, and you don't like being in the public. You don't like being seen. But I have to tell you, your purpose is to be seen. You have a big purpose.
That's the goal.
It's like this is the chart of like an attorney, a judge, anybody in the public, and also you have the ability to make your dreams a reality. You have that. You also you're a sensitive person, not emotionally sensitive. What I mean is you're spongy. So you pick up on the collective unconscious, okay? And you may or may not realize that it's not you, okay? You're picking up on other people's
sense?
energy.
Don't know.
You're picking up on other people's energy.
So you're an
Yeah.
empath, basically.
Well,
like an empath, like you pick
she's
up their
sensitive.
energies? Sensitive.
She's
To
sensitive.
pick up other people's energies.
Yeah.
That's like being an empath, right? Because when you can feel their
Well,
energy.
it's also like people that have anything in the 12th house. The 12th house is your true calling, but it's also the collective unconscious. Okay, so she's got Jupiter in the 12th house. That's actually, the Pope has Jupiter in the 12th house. They're usually very, very spiritual people, and it's like a need for them. But hypersensitive means that you are prone to allergies, rashes, autoimmune stuff. If you don't learn self-care, it's part of your lesson. It's part of your lesson. And with you, it could be anxiety. I feel it's anxiety with you. Yeah.
Hit that on the nail, baby.
You are a very good decorator, artist. You're creative. You're really creative. You're really creative because your Mercury. Well, first of all, you were born with Mercury retrograde. So anybody born with Mercury retrograde does not have a filter. Okay, so you're not supposed to have a filter. It is your purpose. okay, to say it like it is, okay?
I think we might have been all born in that Mercury retrograde.
No.
But yeah.
Um,
Her. Catch her on that right there.
Listen.
Like, she gonna hit you hard. Yes. Another day.
yeah, but it's okay. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to, because people need to hear what you have to say the way you have to say it. You understand? Because otherwise they're not going to get it. And it's going to be like shock. It shocks them. You know? And that's part of who you are. That's part of your purpose. You need to be independent in your job. You need to be independent. You are we got to watch out for the quiet ones. Like you have a very powerful chart. You have a very powerful chart. I feel when you heal this wound in the home from when you were a little girl, the more you heal that, the more you're going to be out in the public. You picked all 3 crisis houses, okay? The first one is the 6th house. The 6th house is our body, it's health, it's healing, but it's how we feel competent, okay? And you have a lot of energy. You have a lot of energy. You feel like you've had a special purpose. You always felt like you've had a special purpose. And if you don't find what that is, it's like you curl up and die, because your soul needs to express itself, really needs to express itself. And that's part of who you are, and that will also, it helps others. It brings energy to other people. That's why you have all this energy. You understand? You're here to share it, okay? And so it is your responsibility to say what you need to say to empower yourself and stand in your power and not take crap. Because you're also here to find your essential needs and to fill your essential needs and to allow others to support you. So the more you allow others to support you and be open to receive, the more you're going to step into your purpose, okay? It's a healing, but a teaching, and you have like a teaching energy about you, and very creative. You're very creative. Right now, what's going on with you is you're going through like an identity, a big change, identity-wise. You're changing, okay, for the good. I feel that you're broadening and letting people in more, so you're finding your community more, okay? And I also feel that one of the big things that's going on is because you're changing, your community is changing, but not only that, your essential needs are changing. So it's something that you need to, you kind of have to go with the flow, and you may not be able to make decisions right away right now. You might have to sleep on everything because you're changing. Everything about you is in change right now. So you're not exactly sure. Your truth tomorrow may not be the same as it is today. Okay?
Is any of this making sense to you? Okay. So, bing, 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 bing. Okay. Making sure we on the right path. The soul path. I love you. It's amazing. No, I'm just looking at her screen right now, and to me it's just like a couple circles and some lines. But it's crazy how you pick up all that information from that right there.
She's open, so I'm getting it from her.
Yeah, you're reading her energy too.
I'm getting it from her. You're open, so you're, for whatever reason, you're trusting me.
Yay! She's a good person to trust, baby.
So right now, did you just move, or you feel like you want to move? Yeah?
Something like that.
Okay. There's really good energy for that. Really good energy for that. It's going to be there for another 4 months. Strong, intense. Okay? So the moon in the sky moves every 2.5 days, but the moon in your progress chart moves every 2.5 years. So when it moves, it's a big deal. So right now, your progressed moon is in Leo for another 2 years. And that's good. Like, it gives you courage and strength, and it gives you a lot of energy, and it's a fun sign, and that is going to move in 4 months. It's going to go into your 5th house of fun. So it's going to help you be more creative than you already are, and it's also speculation. So do you have a business? It may be a good time to establish something, because
Hey, you do have a business. It's called The Rundown. Okay? It is a business.
yeah, in about 4 months, if you're not doing something, you're going to be climbing out of your skin to do something. You're really going to want to
Do something creative.
yeah, and you need to let your hair down too. Yeah.
Tonight. Look at her. Is this something you've been telling her, babe? Mm-hmm. Speak on it. Look, the eyes say it all, y'all. If y'all can't see her eyes, they are clearly saying it all.
Are you in a relationship?
I don't even know what to call.
Okay.
She's probably pleading
So
the fifth
can I
on that
tell
one.
you what I have?
A situation. That's what it's called. She's in a situation.
Okay. So what I have right now is you need to set boundaries in that relationship. You're being triggered on and off, and you're learning about yourself through this relationship.
That's it.
That's it? Another gong. I love that. The power of the planets, y'all.
You're also like in you're in a place of trust right now, and if you're not there, the more you resist, it's not gonna feel good. But if you let go, you're like dissolving who you were. This is good stuff. Your vibration's going higher, and I feel like there's stuff, unconscious stuff, coming up to the surface that you're kind of remembering. So it's kind of like there's PTSD going on right now too, because you're healing from something. Yeah. And this is a good time if you have a career. Did you just recently get a promotion or a better job, or okay, well there's energy there for that. So be open for that.
Opportunities are coming, baby.
Yeah. And right now it looks like your health is really good right now. Like you're vibrant right now. You're healthy. Yeah. Or you want to take care of your health more than normal.
Another one?
Trying to get the back there.
Your this PTSD that's going on, it's helping you heal with your self-worth. Yeah. You'll start trusting yourself more and more. Yeah, that's what's going on. You got good energy going on. Do you have any questions? Do you want to know anything? I don't really know anything.
Ask now or forever hold your peace until you schedule an appointment with her. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? Go ahead, honey. Whatever comes to your mind real quick.
You have a karmic chart. I have to tell you, you have a karmic chart. So
Now, what does a karmic chart mean?
she's here to heal a lot.
Okay.
And you feel like you're being held back at times, and it's because in the past your soul has skipped some steps, okay? And it doesn't want to skip steps in this life. This is an accelerated growth for you because you were born with 4 planets retrograde plus your north node. The nodes that travel in the opposite direction, yours is going in the opposite direction. So, you're here to heal. You're gonna re-experience some things that you did in past lives to heal them. So this is like an accelerated life for you. You didn't get very far before. You might have been a kept woman.
That is.
A kept woman is
Yeah.
like a trophy wife, someone who just, what is it, like a...
Spread your legs for money.
Pretty much. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel you were definitely held back. You were, you didn't have your life. It wasn't your life. You had to live somebody else's.
Well, now is your time to live your life and live
Absolutely.
your truth.
Yeah. Yeah, so you definitely picked challenge. And it's good because if you don't, you're like a couch potato. There's no movement or growth. But right now, there's a lot of growth with you.
So stay tuned, y'all. We're going to see a lot of growth from the D-Day. From the D-Day.
From the D-Day.
From the D-Day.
Wow. Jesus.
Shut up.
I don't even.
We're going to see her blossom
You
and
guys-
grow. Do you guys have any questions? Can't think of any questions, babe?
No, I can't.
Oh,
I know.
schedule your one-on-one, babe.
Did this help?
Write them all down.
It did.
It validated something?
It did.
It made absolutely sense to you? Everything? Awesome.
You're one to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And, okay, so where can everybody see you? Where can they find you? What's your page on Facebook? Which, if somebody can add in the comments, I can do it later.
So my page is Pathways to Healing at Retreats for Healing. And I am at 251 New Corner Road, Suite 4 with Josie. And I am signing a lease March 1st with her. So I'm there permanently now.
And we love it.
Yeah, because there's no limitations.
Yeah.
No
Free reign
limitations.
over
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
And the energy is so good.
yeah.
Yes.
And
love
we
this
work
space.
well together because we're both Leo rising.
Yes.
So
We understand each other.
yeah, and see what's so good about you is you can come. You're the high priestess, and you could go to anybody where they're at, which is hard for me to do because I'm out there. It's hard for me to. I'm learning though. I'm learning, and you can go to where the person is and communicate.
Yep.
And you're such a good communicator.
Thank you.
And that's why I work well with you, because even if we don't understand each other, we'll repeat what the other one
Absolutely.
said just to be
Yep.
on the same page.
Absolutely.
So we're on the same page.
All the time.
One of the greatest things I love about Elise is that she just gives it to you straight like it is.
Oh my gosh.
There's no chaser.
No
she's
filter.
real.
That's why I love
And I love that because I don't soften the
Don't
blow. I
sugarcoat
need
it.
to know truth,
Mm-hmm.
and Elise will give you truth, and that's one of the biggest things that I love about
Yes,
Elise.
me too. Amazing. You are beyond amazing.
Yes.
I'm telling you. So we had past lives together, y'all. There's a bond there that brought us back together. Exactly.
Yeah. And when I
Seriously.
first came here, I loved you immediately. And when I first came here, I looked at her and I said, "You're really psychic. You're not a healer. You're really psychic."
No, you're a medium. I'm like, I am. And she was like, and you were like, you got medium eyes. I'm like, never even heard of that before. I've heard I had bedroom eyes, seductive eyes. Mediumized, that's a first. No, but what about the whole Hoochie Mama thing when you were doing, you know, Reiki at John and Heidi's house?
Oh, okay.
Which you're coming here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
She was doing Reiki on me, and she's back behind me. Now John, right, is doing the sound healing with the tuning forks.
Yeah.
She just starts cracking up out of nowhere.
I just started laughing. I couldn't control it.
And I'm looking at John.
And then I
I'm
said, I got Hoochie Mama.
he's like, what is Hoochie Mama? I said, oh, damn, that's what Spirit told you. I said, shit. I might have been. Not no more. I'm not my Hoochie Mama.
What had happened was
Exactly.
days,
I was
right?
like, where did that come from?
I don't know.
That's all that came in your head. As you're giving me Reiki.
Hoochie Mama.
Hoochie Mama. I said, stop! Stop it. You're Don't you bring up the 212 Myrtle ad stories. The boom boom rule. Don't you bring it up. Anyway, I was never a Hoochie Mama like that.
And then you took me in this little room here,
It's
which
such
I
good
love.
reading.
And I'm claustrophobic, but I love that room. And you were doing cards or whatever, and I was like, okay. And then you were like, let's connect. And you closed your eyes, and you brought in my grandmother and my two uncles, and I cried the whole time. It was you. I love you. You're
I love
amazing.
you.
You're amazing. You're really amazing.
Thank you.
That's what you're supposed
You're
to be
giving
doing.
me confidence.
Yeah.
You do.
And you know, I'm usually one that I mean, you connected right away. These are ones that don't come through.
Mm-hmm. I know, 7:30 you guys gotta go.
Okay.
We got time. Go ahead. Tell me though. These are ones I want to hear about it because I love hearing it.
Yeah, you told you my grandmother apologized for my upbringing, and she wasn't a part of that, but she apologized for my upbringing. And the thing that got me was they all said I shocked them, like I surprised them, because I was this kid, this wounded kid that so many people were taking advantage of. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like people are like, what happened to her? Like, yeah, like nobody wouldn't try it today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't get away with it. But that's how little I thought of myself. And I didn't remember that until you brought them in. And I was just crying and releasing, and it was beautiful.
It was, and that's
Yeah.
why I love doing it.
Yeah.
Just to bring forth that release is so amazing. Like,
Yeah.
when even at the mall, I was happy to do readings there. I think you saw me do a few, and there was this one lady that it was just so healing because her mother came forward, and well, actually, her husband had came, and I was talking to her husband. He was funny, but then her mom came, and the healing that needed to take place from that was she had to. Josie, are you leaving now, babe?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have to leave before 7:30.
All right,
Sorry.
Bye, love. Oh, you said before 7:30.
Yes.
I think you said at
Yes.
7:30.
Because I have reservations at 7:30.
Oh,
Love you.
love you.
Bye, love you.
Tune in next week or Sunday for Josie's week in astrology. So she came and actually I did her daughter first. Long story short, but then her daughter called her mom, and her mom was she's like, Mom, Grandma came through, and she's like, what? I'm on my way right now. So she came, sat down with me, and her mom came through and gave me this message of basically being very apologetic of how she wasn't able to really give that loving sense to pass it, to her daughter. And that kind of, like, I took it as if, like, you know how you got, like, the father who's, like, disciplined always, and the mother, you expect them to be more caressing, more motherly, like that, but I took it
I'm
like,
the opposite.
yeah, like, she wasn't really that way, and she couldn't really be nurturing, like, a motherly, loving kind of way, I guess. And, I was explaining it to her, and then she told me, like, her mother was very proud of her daughter from stopping that continuously. Like maybe her grandmother did it to her mother, and her mother did it to her daughter, but her daughter was the one to stop that. that was able to provide her children with that nurture, that loving, gentle side. And that's when the floodgates came in, and and all, and I was just like, it's just so profound, and so like just the relief, the release, and the relief, and the of letting all that emotions go, and just knowing that they're still on the other side, rooting
Yeah,
for
but
you.
not every medium can do what you do. They all bring messages, but that doesn't mean that they're healing.
Yeah, well, that's
know
why
what I'm saying?
I want to do it for
Yeah,
that.
your message has a healing effect on people, because it's not just they're saying hi.
Yeah.
It's they're really bringing something that the person needs to hear.
Yeah, and that's what I do it, because prior to me even knowing that I was going to be a medium, or didn't even have a clue about it, I did the Reiki. You know what I'm saying? Started, I was like, oh yes, I get to put my hands on people, get to heal them, whatever. And then boom, out of nowhere, the medium thing came, and I was like, well, which avenue do I go? Do I whatever? And then I'm like, once I started doing, it was this one client I did here, and they're really, because her mother had passed away, and they had just argued right before her mother passed away, and she was feeling bad. She was like, because she thought it had to do with her, is the reason why her mother passed, long story short. And I was like, no, that didn't happen. It was because of other things, and just the amount of guilt and that healing that took place after that first session. I said, wow, medium can be healing too. Like, I didn't even notice that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that, because normally you think like, oh, hey, Bobby Joe's here, and he said, remember, and I'm like, okay, that's all fun. But like, to see that healing, like, come out of the person here, literally, like, it was like 200 pounds was just lifted off her shoulder, because she held that for like 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is healing. This is what I need to be doing, and then I learned that they heal on the other side too. Because I had another client who's, she came, her mother was there, her mother needed healing on that side, and I was like, everything is like crazy to me. So it's healing taking place on both sides. So I'm like, this is like amazing and insane, but I love it. And I love you for coming and joining us. You guys have any questions? Look, Tom is still on the whatever. He's still on the boom and wide open.
I'm skeptical. I'm a skeptic.
Why are you skeptic?
I don't know. I got a couple questions actually. One question that I've been thinking
Go
since you
right
sat
ahead.
down is, what qualifies you to do what you do? Like, do you have to go to school? Like, did you like wake up one day and like there was like what happened that brought you to here, right?
Okay, so my healing work in general, or
like you said, you're a sound therapist. If I
Okay.
was like, I'm such and such a therapist, I went to school for 12 years, I got all of these degrees on my wall. Like, I want to know like what brought you here?
My
Like, what path
teacher-
did you take?
Yeah, my teacher is from India.
Okay.
And he's been doing this for many, many years, and he travels the world to teach this. And so how I got into it, I'm a Reiki teacher, and I need my own healing. And healers go through a lot of stuff, and they wind up, whatever they heal from is what they use for other people. And when I first went for this, my limbs were shaking.
Wow.
And I had pain in my legs, and then I went again, and I had a little bit of pain, it wasn't as much, and then I went again, and then I stopped experiencing the pain, and that passed, but I realized that I'm in center much faster than any other thing that I've ever experienced before. And so I went for level 1. It was like an introduction, it's first aid. And so you take home those first aid bowls and you use them. And I was using them for 6 months. And when I was doing the people in the hospital that were coming to me, at first I was giving them Reiki, and they're like bricks. So Reiki's very gentle, very loving, but these open them up immediately. And then if you give them Reiki after, the Reiki goes deep. And so after I worked with this for 6 months, I decided to go further. And when he came to the States again, I took a 5-day class. And then when he came again, I took a 7-day class. So to go on from there, then you're becoming a teacher, which I really don't have a desire to do that. But yeah, there's no real certification. I have a piece of paper, but it's not recognized by law. But it is the new medicine. And it is progressive, especially for up here. Like, I'm from Long Island and everybody's a healer there. You know what I mean? And you come up here and they're like, oh, I never heard of that. And I'm like, I never heard of what you do. So we kind of like compliment each other. It's really cool. Like, I'm really happy I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And I go by, I could just give you examples. I've had, it's usually 2 to 4 times to overcome something, okay? And the cells have a memory, so you have to come within a certain period of time, otherwise the cells forget. I had somebody that had back issues that she only came once, she only had to come once. I had somebody that was on psychotropic drugs in and out of psych wards for 30 years. She had to come 5 times in a row. But she has not been on those drugs for over 3.5 years.
Amen.
And
God
she's
bless
never
her.
been in a psych ward since then. Now, I'm not going to say she's normal. It didn't make her normal. But she's a lot better than she was. But she did it. I'm telling you, this girl worked hard on herself. She really worked hard on herself. She would come every week, and the process had to be really painful because she was screaming, she was crying, and it's like a detachment, especially when I put something here. It's like they're finally letting go of this pattern, this process. So this is very experiential. I can't just talk about it. It's
have to
very
feel it.
experiential. Yeah.
That kind of brings me to a second question. Earlier, you was like, it's pretty much the person. It's not just me. It was like 10% me, 90% you. You come there with an open mind. Like, is there like one thing, or maybe a few things, but one specific thing that you could have a skeptic sit down and be like, this really works, watch. How do you feel now? And they're like, okay, and now I'm a believer, hit me with your best. Is there like anything that you have, or is everything is, you gotta come there with an open mind. You gotta experience it.
You don't have to have an open mind. There were people
but that's what
that come, that their wives told them to come, and they got a better healing than the wife.
Like that one guy, right?
They got a better healing than the wife.
That was
And then
a
I
guy.
have people that have panic attacks because this brings stuff up. And like I said, healing is not always fun. You experience symptoms with this.
Yeah.
You experience symptoms, either emotions, anger. There's usually something, but it doesn't last. It's very quick, and then you're on the other side of it. So that's all I can tell you. I'm not one that, and this is not for everybody. Some people are into craniosacral therapy, and that's where they manipulate the spinal fluid, and that puts you into balance. There's so many things out there. It's whatever speaks to you.
That's why I asked. I've seen this. I mean, I'm a Kung Fu fanatic. I've seen this in like 100,000 different monks of different origins, from Japan, China, even India and stuff. Like, they all use that bowl and they make it sing and do all kinds of funky stuff. And I'm usually skeptical about stuff like this, but because I'm a Kung Fu head, like, I would definitely give it a try. I mean, they've been doing it for hundreds of thousands of years. You know what I mean? It's not like she just made it up.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm not as skeptical. But to sit here and actually tell you, oh yeah, I believe in that. That's not that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So why don't you book a session with her?
So,
and then come
in
back.
church, you hear bells in church. Well, these are bells. These are bells in the shape of bowls, and church bells are healing.
Okay, bye
Bye guys. See y'all next week.
Good to meet you.
And Didi next week.
Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Book a session. Get the full rundown on Elise.
So, sound. This is really vibration. It's really vibration, and so we're all frequency, and some of the bowls match certain parts of the body, and it tunes you up, and it's very quick, and that's really the science that I have.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It sounds logical. But
Yeah, it's amazing because like when I first started, when I had my first Reiki experience, I was just like, okay, I see colors. You know, I was open to it. Always open to stuff, and I'm like, I don't really see what the difference is. Okay.
Well, that happens over time. It's gentle. It's slow.
Yeah.
You know, this is life changing.
It's like boom. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, yeah, exactly. Every 3 times that I've been there. And then my second Reiki one, like I felt the lady's hands hot. Like I can feel like it was insane. I'm like, oh shit, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I signed up for the class. And so then when I do it to people and they tell me the same thing, like I'm always at the bottom of their feet, but they still feel like I'm over here. Like they can feel my energy, my presence, but I'm all the way over there doing, you know, my job. It's like or they tell me, you know what, that's the longest I haven't had any pain in like forever in my back, or I had this migraine for like 3 weeks and I don't have it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever little knick-knack stuff they tell me. But it's mind-blowing. Like it's hard to explain, but it's like you said, you just really have to experience it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if it's meant for you to experience it, it's meant for you to experience. And if it's not at that time, then you walk away just, you know, feeling very relaxed.
It
You know what I'm
brings
saying?
you to original state. No, some people are not relaxed after.
No, not for that. Usually with Reiki, everybody's
So
relaxed.
there are people that I've had that had 2 people epilepsy.
Oh
and,
gosh, that's scary.
They didn't. One told me before.
Yeah.
And it was this bowl when I was playing. She was like, "This is the tone that I go into
Oh wow.
seizure." And I said, "Okay," and I stood way back.
All the
And
way
I
back.
played it,
Yeah.
and I was gentle, and she was good.
Okay.
The second person almost had a.
Full
She
blown.
didn't even tell me, and it was in a sound bath, and she had a sheer panic attack. She didn't get up and leave. She thought she might have to, and she kept staring at me, and I'm like, "There's something going on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep going."
Because she was bringing that stuff up
Yeah.
out of her.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's you should book one. I want you to book one. I'll pay for it. I don't care. And then tell me you can come back, and then we'll have a sit down, and you'll tell us your experience. How about that?
I'm with it.
Okay. So you guys, we're booking out of here. You guys, Doc the Skeptic is gonna get a full bath, sound bath with Elise, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna talk about it, and you're gonna tell us your experience. Okay, so we'll see when them two connect and do that. And
Plugging Burger King right
oh, am I? Burger King, we need a sponsorship. Sorry. But okay, so let everybody know where you're gonna be this week. What you got going on? For those who don't know where Kripalu is,
Kripalu is it's a yoga and wellness center. It's a retreat center that's been around since 1970, I believe, in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, and all the famous spiritual teachers and book writers, authors, teach there as well. There's always something going on there, and I'm in the metaphysical department. I do readings there, but I'm trying to cut back because now here with my business, my next available appointment isn't until March 12th.
she's booked, y'all.
So, and I do sound baths the first and third Friday of every month at Healing Whispers on New Corner Road, and the second Wednesday and last Friday of every month in Voorheesville at Star and Splendor. I do sound baths there. All my private sessions will now be at New Corner Road in Colony, and the second Saturday of the month we have a psychic fair every second Saturday of the month. It's usually from 12 to 4. And I will be teaching Reiki now on a regular basis as well. So stay tuned.
Yeah, you got to teach me that whole thing. That was pretty cool. Whatever that was.
Gecko.
And then
Gecko.
I was like, oh, that feels so good, dog. Have her do that to him real quick. When you was, I'm like, oh, this is like everything. Okay, and then wait, there's something else. Pathways to Healing on Facebook. Do you want to leave your phone number just in case?
631-875-8053.
Okay, and you guys can also make sure to message us if you want to get in contact with her too if you don't remember anything. You got anything coming up this week? I think I'm pretty much booked. I can't even think right now. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yay, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Mr. Valentine's should be every day. Whatever. He's not getting no cookies today.
I can't even speak on that.
Did you get somebody flowers at least?
I don't do Valentine's Day.
Boo-hoo.
I don't do Valentine's Day.
So I think, what am I doing? Next week I am doing a small medium circle here, you guys.
Yay.
The following, the 29th is a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be doing the medium circle, which I believe is sold out at the Beauty Lounge. Thank you, Maggie.
No, I think you have 5 more seats left.
No, I think 5 more people just on my website. Like
Oh,
tonight.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Let me double check.
We'll fit them.
Because I was just going to say, I don't know how many people can fit in there.
Yeah, I had 16 my first sound bath. That's people laying on the floor. So.
Oh, so all
That's
right,
money.
keep booking. So we got room then. This is my first time over there, so check out my website for that. For next week here from 6:30 to 6 to 7:30 next Thursday, and that's it.
When do we have John and Heidi coming?
John and Heidi from Ripple's Effect. Is that what it's called?
Ripple Spiritual
their whole thing
Spiritual Therapies.
Ripple
Ripple Effect Spiritual Therapies.
Look, I'm Heidi. I apologize. We are tearing your whole thing up.
Ripple Effect Spiritual Therapies. John and Heidi Kowalczyk.
Look, I'm gonna put it right there, y'all. Okay, so they will be here on March 6th, I believe.
Oh,
okay.
that's my birthday.
Yay! So make sure you come check them out. Next week we do have Christy from Bodhi in Spirit, who couldn't make it a couple weeks ago because of the weather. She will be coming Thursday. She's doing massage therapy, and her special candles and wax and creams, everything that she does. Can't think of anything else. Do one God for the time, you guys. Beep, take us out. See, I'm light on my feet. That's what that does to your feet, y'all. I lost 100 pounds on that. Adios. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Stop.